Hey, everybody. Welcome to issue 42 of Common Comic Covers, an appreciation podcast for non-key comics. That's right. Keep your keys at home. I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Andy.
Oh, this is going to be a good one. Hey, while you haven't turned away yet, subscribe, like, follow us on Instagram. We're going to look at our common comic covers, the ones that nobody wants. And we got our inbox where we look at what we're reading, what we're buying, something that we've recently added to our collection. And then we're each going to take you on a tour somewhere kind of fun with a theme of some sort that we get to pick. Andy, hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm going to talk normal the rest of the podcast. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I like it. It's because you turned your hat backwards at one point before we started recording.
I became prison Andy.
Prison yes. Andy. I like it. Andy, what is your common comic cover this week?
Okay, mine is a Salacious again. Mystique 11, a Mike Mayhew cover.
She has a cool cover.
Yeah, she has a gun in between her breasts, though, which is what the main focus of this channel is going to become.
Please, no
more. Okay, so I was at a comic book store, but it was like one of those ones where like one of the owners is a comic book guy, and one of the owners is a card guy, and every time I go there, the card guy's there. I think he probably owns it. And then
is that the one in Edmonds or?
I'm not going to name.
Sorry. The card guy, he's so chatty.
He knows nothing about comic books. Anyways, this was in one of their bins. It was cheap, but I recognized it. I was like, oh, I remember that being like such a hot like in book, and I'm like, why did I know that? Why have I seen this? But anyway, so I picked it up. This is one of the first books I bought when I first started crawling out of my house after the pandemic, or when it started becoming, I felt safer to leave the house. This is a cheap book. Mike Mayhew cover, April of 2004.
Okay.
That's one I count.
Did you and the card guy talk about it?
No, you know what? I had my children, and they were like a shield of protection.
He wanted you to leave.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
he was happy that you were wrapping it up. All right.
Yeah.
My common comic cover. I think I bought this here in town not too long ago, and I paid just the asking price for it. Is at that shop in here that does that. This is from 2001 Wolverine 160.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we got the lady killers. I don't know. They were hard to find information on. At first I was getting them confused with the body doubles, but those are DC characters, but they're exactly the same in some aspects. But these are the lady killers. Their names are T and A. Mm-hmm. Real creative here, Marvel. Covers by J.H. Williams. I'm sure he's great. I think it's kind of a cool cover. Like, it's a unique style of Wolverine.
It's really bold to be like, I'm gonna tattoo around my navel. Like, you gotta be really confident you're gonna keep it tight, That's my take from this cover.
That's
when you get pregnant, that thing's just gonna turn into an oval.
That is accurate. The lady killer. So before. I don't know what maybe that could be. It's 2024 now. Let's see what they look like here in 2024, because they are a homicidal duo. They're they're rivals of Wolverine. I think they show up every now and again. Get some new tattoos somehow.
Maybe it's temporary.
It's a henna tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you might as well.
dear God, bring us back, Andy. Take us on a tour.
Okay. So, this is in my inbox, but
Oh,
yeah, no, it's all
sorry.
right. No, it's all right.
What was that?
So
That was my comic cover. We've
that
just
was.
begun.
We've just begun. So I got this in the mail today, and this is Crime and Punishment number 4. I'm still on my quest to complete the run of Crime and Punishment. This is a crime book that came out in 1948, I think it started. And this is number 4. It came out in July of 48. It's a spinoff of Crime Does Not Pay, same publication, Lev Gleason. Charles
Is that a Biro? Is that a Biro?
Yeah, but he signed it like it's a real prominently signed his name there.
That's
So
he does that a lot though. It's like dead center. It's me. I drew this.
Yeah.
We talked about him. He's like really brash, so I could just see him not giving a damn on where he's. I'll just sign it right here.
Yeah, I mean, he wants people to know in case he needs another job. Or yeah, he's very proud of his work, but it's great. I mean, I've just been chugging along collecting these, and I got this one. Yeah, and I got it for under $100, graded. And number 4, I'd had a hard time finding a number 4 that was a good price, because some people just want to charge you crazy amounts of money for it. And this was on an auction, so I was able to get it where it should be, not a buy it now or whatever.
How are you getting close? What percentage are you on Crime and Punishment?
I put it all into Key Collector, but I don't know how to look at that real quick. Is that
okay? No worries, you're fine.
Okay.
What do you think? What do you think you're at?
I think I'm 70%, 80% done.
Okay. You have all the expensive ones.
Yeah, there's not. Yeah,
which is none of them. It's mainly condition if they're in good condition, but none of them are key.
Yeah, there's some Seduction of the Innocent ones.
Okay, sure.
I don't want to spoil anything, but yes.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later in the show.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have more crime books to show.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
I'm excited. I'm excited. That was great. Oh. Cliffhanger. I'm going to stick around to the end of the show. I was going to head out. I have an appointment at a tattoo parlor. This is part 3, the final part. The last 2 issues I've gone over my stack from the Geek Garage Sale that I went to a few weeks ago, and I didn't want to share them all at once. So this is my final stack. Kind of my kind of stack. Again, these were all dollar bin comic books. I had these at one point, and then in the great sale of 2013, they went away. Most of these, or half of these or so, are variant covers, but that's right, they are $1. So this is from 2005, the 7-issue Infinite Crisis, the Jeff Johns. A lot of these are going to be George Pérez. Sorry about the glare, but there's Wonder Woman right there, dead in center, and we got Miss Marvel, number 2.
That's Power Girl.
Who did I say?
Ms. Marvel.
That's Power Girl right there. Sorry about that. Here, this is a George Pérez. I think this is one of the variants. Number 3. This is the first new Blue Beetle, but the variant cover. Here's number 4. I think this is another. It looks like George Pérez. Number 5. I think this is a variant. I actually really think this is a cool cover. George Pérez, Superman.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
Number 6. This is a Jim Lee cover.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And then the last one, again, I think this might be a George Pérez. And I apologize. I don't know if which ones are variants or not. I know when I was just going through them. There you go.
That's a cool.
Fun books, fun little piece of comic book history. I mean, these were a big deal. And then there was about 1,000 offshoots. And gosh, Andy, this was 20 years ago.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm coming closer to my demise.
Okay. Sorry, 18 years ago.
Oh, I'm young. I'm young again. Thank you. Talking to you is a fountain of youth.
I had 0 children when these came out.
Yeah, me too.
I did, and 0 naval stretch marks. All right, Andy. I think we've seen your common cover in your inbox.
Yeah.
If I'm looking at my notes correctly here, we're gonna go on a tour.
A tour.
Let's
Okay,
let's do your tour first.
Oh,
as
okay.
we always do.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say. Okay, so I started collecting crime comic books because of one book, and it was this book. It was Crime and Punishment. It's a 45, and it's called the Hophead. It's a classic seduction of the innocent Hophead killer. The first book of this I got, I cut it up. It was really bad shape. I cut it up and made a really cool collage out of it. But that's how I got to notice Crime and Punishment, this series, and started learning about Charles Biro. So I started collecting it. And then I sent this in and got it graded. I went to PGX. I was like, well, it's local, and I'm not going to sell the book. I just wanted it in a nice case, protected. And then I did the same. I bought this from I can't remember this, but he was like an Overstreet advisor off of eBay, and he had this Crime and Punishment #1 was like this. I think it was one of the earlier books I got. And this is a cool book, Charles Biro cover.
Andy, how have you read any of these? I know you haven't read these, but have you read any Crime and Punishment?
I think so.
And how
and
close?
I did when I bought these raw, and I got them graded.
Okay,
so
how close to the Jane Austen novel do they stay?
Not even an excellent question. I have not read the Jane Austen novel, so nor have I seen the movie. But
I'm
yes,
just curious. Anyway,
okay, so these are cool. These are cool books. These are like #1 and #45 were like the 2 early big books I got of it. The one I spent the most money on, actually, surprisingly, is number 56. And this is a like horror torture cover in the crime book. So he is being suspended over like a giant spike, and he's having to hold his body up over it with ropes so he doesn't impale himself.
You recently got that one, didn't you?
Yeah, fairly recently. Yeah. Which is probably why I had to pay the most for it, because it's been discovered more. But Crime and Punishment 56, great book. And there's like there's this crime books, but then they have like horror themes in it. So this is another one. He's like, this guy's stuck in a tar pit, and this is Crime and Punishment 58. And I'm 70% the way, having gotten this whole series, which is really cool.
I like that one.
Not all these books are in great shape, but
I think it's fun to collect Charles Biro books. By the way, you're the one that you turned me on to him.
He does, and they're typically they're not overly expensive typically.
Yeah.
So
yeah, well, he does Crime and Punishment. He does Boy.
Daredevil ones.
Daredevils. Yeah.
The and then the Crime Does Not Pay ones.
Yeah, you're right.
So this is 47. This is Crime and Punishment 40. This is a hanging like with noose cover.
I mean, honestly, do you feel like the seduction of the innocent had a point?
Yes. It was like, whoa, these are really crazy. So this is like this is the title here is Dope Crazy Kids and Souped Up Hot Rods Means Death on Wheels. So this is Crime and Punishment 69. It's in the Seduction of the Innocent, and it's mentioned in that. And then you get this weird, crazy black 10-cent. It starts becoming more prominent. Like,
why?
This is the next one.
Geez.
They're really advertising that it's only 10 cents. This is Crime and Punishment 66. This is a
Come on, kids, you can afford this.
this is the key book in the run because it's the beginning of the deep vision. So they started like doing the art like 3D style. And yeah, and this is an Alex Toth cover, so it's not Charles Biro anymore. Oh, and this wasn't Charles Biro either, the 69. In this one, 67, you can also see this is also a deep vision one with a large black 10 cent.
That's funny.
And this is, I'm just showing the last ones. This is 70. And then I think I'm missing 71.
And that's it. It's a 1 through 71.
Oh, it's through 74. So this is 72, and this is the first one with a Comic Code Authority stamp. And then we have this one.
They had to clean up their act.
Yeah.
I like how the code has replaced the large 10 cent stamp.
Yeah. Yeah, now they just have a little 10 cent. And this is the last one, Crime and Punishment 74. I bought this one graded. It was not.
That doesn't, that's not Biro.
No.
Is it Biro? Yeah.
It's Bob Globerman.
Oh, Bob.
Yeah.
Do you think people call them Bob Glob?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Scott, she's my roommate. Sorry, honey. If we don't hurry, she'll be a goner. He's trying to save her. Or I don't know.
That's a great. Those are fun. And those are not easy books to collect because there's not a ton of them on eBay, but they're also, you're not going to break the bank if you are looking for 2.0s, 3.0s.
Yeah, the key is just kind of being patient, I think, because they'll come up and somebody's going to be willing to sell them for like what they should be. When I started this project of collecting the run, it was like $25 is what I think each book, approximately for the run, and I think they should cost. Now it's probably like 50 now a book. Okay. It feels like.
Wow.
I mean, you can get them cheaper. Like I got one in I got like a set of books, like a lot of Golden Age crime books, and I had one of these, and it was cheap. But the reason I bought it was because I had a really nice copy of one of these books, and I was like, well, I'll just get the other ones. Which Rookie Cop was in that a lot, which was pretty cool. So,
well, that is a fun comic book journey to be on.
Yeah, thank you.
I like it. Speaking of runs, kind of a simple little tour. These again came out 20 years ago when they started, but I don't know about you, Andy, but I can't afford to collect the first 10 appearances of Batman.
No, not
let alone the first 30 appearances of Batman. So these books, this is number 1.
Oh yeah.
Batman Chronicles #1 collects I think this is actually the first 10 appearances. So it's Detective Comics. And then the last one in this volume is Batman #1. And these came out, they were $15, all in color.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you want to read early Batmans in order, in full, in color, how they looked somewhat back in the 40s, right? 40s. These books. So I think Batman Chronicles had 11 volumes, all still available. A couple of them were low print runs, so they're a little more expensive, but you're not going to pay
the full run.
Yeah, I'm missing 2. I'm missing 2 books. I'm missing 8 and 9 right now.
I think they went to 15 volumes. Is it only 11?
I think it's only 11. Yeah. And then just so not to be outdone, they did Superman as well. Same kind of thing. Action Comics #1 right there in color. So I know they did Wonder Woman Chronicles and Green Lantern Chronicles and the Flash Chronicles. I don't know how many volumes on those. But again, if you're just trying to give our viewers that want to, this is not a top 10 podcast. We've talked about that. we're not gonna, this isn't the hot buys right now that you should get out
No.
there. And,
Yeah.
here's, you need to find this. I mean, we definitely have some of those that we like that I'm like, okay, wow, J. Scott Campbell's really popular now. Let's find him. Bruce Timm's really cool. Let's find him. But I think too, like if you just want to become a comic book person, you need to know about these books because you can read Batman, you can read the early Supermans that you didn't realize. It's like, well, I'm never buying Action Comics #1. How am I going to read it? So I think those are really fun. I have, like I said, almost the whole run of Batman. I have this Superman. That's all I have, but they're out there. They're easy to find. All of those early ones. I'm sure you have a handful of those as well.
I think, I have, I didn't go as far with the Superman, but I have quite a few of the Superman ones and I enjoyed it. They're great. That was like, I was getting them from my comic book store. Like I had them on the pull list and then but then they just got really infrequent and eventually they stopped. But I'm like, I was like, please go all the way through.
Well, and
to the Silver Age, and they didn't.
They didn't because the Batman #1 showcase presents, the first trade paperback.
Yeah,
it doesn't pick up after number 11. So
maybe
one day, one day
that would be so good. I mean, even if it's just like digital,